Jimmy, the other was named Jason. Legend has it that they found some mythical being called Aphmau. Let me tell you the story of an SCP born from hell, raised by a man named Jason Bravura, or Aaron Lycan as he is called, an army officer, who raised the daughter of hell herself, Aphmau. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. Y'all can unmute your mics now. We have some really fucked up shit to talk about. And if anyone knows what I'm talking about, this is the story of Aphmau. Rocky, would you explain your incident with her over the course of 7 years, if you will, sir?
Okay. Oh wait, it didn't skip the beat.
No, just explain your... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Hold up. So, just go ahead and explain your experiences, because we want the creepy music.
So, this is a nice person. She treated me well. She follows me on Twitter. She brings joy to the world.
Well, let me interrupt you right now. It's not a person.
It is an SCP.
We are talking about the SCP, and if I'm talking about... Yes, it is nice, but it is also deceiving. You see, there is one thing you must know about this SCP.
That she has 3 kids. That's
one of them. Now, there is one thing you must also know. I must say, by the way, disclaimer, this isn't an actual thing. But, did you know?
Welcome to the game of one. Ladies
Oh,
and
no,
gentlemen,
this is not. That you had just been rickrolled. Alright, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Here, go ahead and play creepy music. I'm sorry. No, what?
welcome to the
God damn it, you skipped the song.
Guys,
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, everybody. By the way, this is not us trying to make fun of Aphmau, so
it is not at all.
disclaimer,
Yeah,
if Aphmau, if you're watching this, we are not making fun of you at all.
We love you,
This is-
Aphmau.
Yeah, this is a fan
I
thing.
don't particularly, but
Okay, in
Gosh.
specific, this SCP was born from hell. SCP-420 was known to roam the halls, and this... What? Oh, okay, that worked. This specific incident happened about, 2 years ago, was it? Alright, let me explain to you who SCP-420 is. Class,
It's a
Elucid.
dirty bottle of wine.
Class, Elucid. SCP-420 was originally the daughter of Hell, who was raised by Satan himself to lure young men to be killed and used as Satan's slaves. But it is also a rogue entity named Aphmau. Aphmau broke through the chains of Hell to escape Satan's being. Once she escaped, she ran out to the nearest shrine and got hit by a car. SCP researchers found her on the side of the road. Nobody had known what to do with her because at the time the reinforcements for the base were low and, well, we couldn't exactly take in an SCP. So what they did was made a small, obsolete facility that was thought to have maybe been the starting foundation of SCP itself. Now, what happened over time, she had woken up and strange activities of her clawing the walls, making 666 remarks. It was very terrifying, but it was when she first met human interaction that was really strange. Does anybody have those audio files still? No, I guess not. There were audio files from classified areas that Yes.
If I may cut in,
Yes.
I have a story to tell you that I had an encounter with this being. Now, this is the story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of a town called Johnny.
You have got to be the most fucking
My
mean
name.
person here.
So I'm now Max and relax and
Alright.
cool. I'll introduce.
Oh my god, this insurance motherfucker. Alright, back to what we were doing.
Comedy.
Yes, very. Anyway, there was an incident on the side of the road where a civilian named, who do we want to use for this one? There was a civilian named Mr. No, Ash, I believe you were involved with this.
Yes.
Remember when there was an incident when Army Officer Jason Rivera had entered the chamber of the thing to test to see what this thing's strength was? Lo and behold, there were some really interesting things that happened. So why don't we go ahead and roll the tape of... No, actually, those are classified.
Those are classified tapes. We are not allowed to show those.
Oh no.
They're
Okay.
only.
I have a... Okay, if I may. What had happened, the scientists wrote down, is that the SCP and Jason had interacted for a while. And then Jason had suddenly been kissed and grabbed in by Aphmau, only to be dragged down by some random chain, but did not give up and managed to survive the encounter. Who he then ran to the doors, bleeding, screaming profusely, "Help me, please." The scientists opened the doors immediately, carefully, slamming the doors closed. Jason was evaluated and almost deceased, but luckily made a breakthrough since there was no infection. From that attack, we can tell that the SCP-420, or Aphmau, had attacked physically and had not done any other damage. It seems that Aphmau had disclosed the information of not being able to hurt anybody mentally or with the psychiatric power. Instead, what it is just regular damage, but heated.
Keep in mind, this is a godlike being.
Yes.
Very
Now
much so.
Now, let us move to sighting 2. During an interaction, which showed a portal named SCP-420-A, or the Irene's Dimension, opening. Guards from SCP had followed in and had revealed that several relics were there, which the relics had viewed to the guards that there was immense power from these. When SCP-420 had harnessed these, her power had increased by almost 250%. Which was very impressive, but very denial. One of the guards were killed almost immediately. And when she activated all of the relics...
No, put that back on. I like that.
Please no. We're doing a podcast. I don't want to get fucking striked, you bitch. What are you doing? You know what? Stop this.
Nothing wrong with.
Okay.
What is going on with this audio?
Somebody please just find creepy ass music.
Let's go back to the one that I had up.
Not this.
No, we have to do it very. Wait, I have. Hold on.
It's a little
Creepy
wine simulator.
environment music. I got one. Oh my god, I have the perfect music. Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind.
The story was getting good too.
Oh my god, I got it. Okay. How do I play this one? Wait, that is not longer than 3 hours.
Oh, fuck shit, bitch, damn cocksucker, pussy asshole cunt.
Wait, no, my
You are a motherfucker. Shut. Oh shit! I found it. What the fuck? Please skip this. Can we do our podcast? God damn it! Shut the fuck up.
Who's doing this? It's dead. Dead is you.
Okay, please stop it. Fucking stop skipping. There. Okay.
It's so dead.
I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. So, Encounter 2 had shown us the true powers of SCP-420. Encounter 3 had required none other than, again, Jason. Jason and his buddy Ian were heading home when suddenly they heard the honk of a car up the road about at least 300 feet. What the scene was amazing. The car had nearly split in two. No one had realized what had happened. The passengers were near all dead. As approaching, SCP-420 had arisen, slowly but surely, but hurt. SCP-420 is not immortal. SCP-420 is but immortal, unless SCP-420 had went to SCP-420-A, where it would ask SCP-420-A1 or Irene the Matrone for canon, or immortality, or more life. So, what eventually happened? Going on, anyway. That SCP-420 had risen, walking towards Jason and Ian, then stabbing Ian in the chest 23 times, murdering him on the spot. Ian was deceased. Jason had started to run, but Aphmau grabbed Jason by the neck. It was said that the army officer had almost died, again, somehow managing to escape death, as SCP-420 had left his body desecrated.
The crazy thing about this encounter, though,
what is to think of this encounter?
Supernova.
The encounter had sparked a supernova. Yes, the encounter had sparked a supernova 4 miles away in space.
From a different dimension had came in and said the word shit. Right.
He went.
And then, for some reason, there was a video on YouTube that was posted about 3 hours later after the attack, showing SCP-420 holding a hostage, saying, "You better hit that subscribe button, or we're gonna make you hit it.
It's true.
And you better hit that like button and that bell."
And she did that evil little chuckle.
The military was then called on to deal with this problem. Many men had died, over 250 were dead on the field, but finally a warrior by the name of Akash Shitter had managed to take her down.
This is serious information.
Yes, very.
Very serious.
Once taken down, she was put in a cell that she couldn't escape. As of now, SCP-420 is in a holding cell. If we were able to talk to it, we could, but it has become violent every time we try to.
It has amazing powers. It can mind.
It can rip and tear anything apart except for the cell for some reason.
You guys do realize that
I hope not. Except
Wait,
for the
there's
cell.
improv?
Alright. But there are side encounters. Should we go into the side encounters, everybody?
What side encounters there are no
SCP-426, Lucinda. Lucinda was SCP-426 was SCP-420's friend. At the time, we had not known this, but within information from SCP-096, we had found that they had been communicating. For some reason, SCP-420 and SCP-426 got along really, really well. Once we had figured this out, we had managed to talk to SCP-426 to gather information. Again, those tapes are classified in the building of Classified. Only level 5 are allowed to access this. Now, there was another recent thing that happened. Papers. Encounter 4. Papers were sealed upon the desk of an SCP manager when suddenly he got a call from a security guard saying that one of the SCPs had broken out. It was SCP-426, making an escape to SCP-420's holding cell. Little did SCP-426 know that this would be the end of its life. SCP-426 ran closely to SCP-420's cell, but the guards did not shoot. Something had ripped SCP-426 apart.
Comment.
Which was SCP-420.
SCP-426 is a toaster. Can I just put that out there?
Lucinda the toaster,
Don't laugh,
yeah.
don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't
Quiet,
laugh.
this is serious.
Do
This
not
is serious.
laugh.
The toast. Okay, SCP-426 had been ripped apart and had been bleeding out for some reason. It had been realized that there was not just SCP-420A, there was SCP-420B, Shad the Destroyer. Shad the Destroyer, or SCP-420B as we will now reference it, was a madman. He was the opposite of Irene and had ruled hell for centuries. He was also the dad of Aphmau, and he had summoned her to go message Irene and tell her to come here, because devils and angels battled out. And in the SCP world, this is called the Elusified Fight. Shad, or SCP-420B, also summoned his Shadow Knights, SCP-420B-1. SCP-421 would be Zane, the Lost Shadow Knight. SCP-421 is an unstable, uncurrent, and had escaped proximity and the base. Many attempts to recapture this creature have been identified but failed. For the capture had only resulted in massive amounts of death and process on any other SCPs. SCP-421 has immense powers even with the relics. If SCP-421 got a hold of SCP-420A-1, then SCP-421 would become SCP-6000. SCP-6000 would be referenced as the god of creation and destruction, or the ultimate. The ultimate, or SCP-6000, is to have known to be a class. SCP-6000 would be known to be a Apollyon class, meaning anything that it did could destroy worlds. If you are even within 1 foot of it, it would kill you. Now, I must ask of Dead Clarks to come.
Yes.
Or
I
Miss.
am here.
Alright. I want you to go ahead and tell them your encounter with SCP-420B.
SCP-420B.
When entering the Chamber of Hell, of course.
Yes.
If you may.
I was riding straight through this entrance. I have no clue what it is. I was sent on a mission by higher classes. I didn't even know their names.
Administrative classes SCP holders 001 and 002.
This is just one of the countless
Alright,
missions
continue on.
without any explanation. As I go through, countless weird things start to happen around my car. There's windows just completely fading out, everything black behind them, and in the next window it's completely fine. In my front window it was a blur. nothing but the light from my headlights. As I kept going forward, there was a strange orange glow. At this point, I had blacked out. I woke up, and to my knowledge, it was several hours later. I was sitting there, barbecue sauce on my dish.
Wait,
Sorry about that.
this is...
Technical
Come on, man, this is
difficulties.
serious.
Yes, definitely. Sorry, I can't help but joke to help the pressure of all this situation.
Wait, I'm sorry, did
sat
you
there.
say barbecue sauce? You had barbecue... It wasn't even ketchup.
I was sitting there, barbecue sauce. on
Alright, continue on. Continue
Yeah.
on.
I sat there with an eerie glow all around me. Nothing but darkness and a blurred red, deep color. From beyond the shadow, I saw hands everywhere. And at this point, I blacked out again. Everything around me had gone dark. I could see nothing, could hear nothing. Until a faint voice calling out my name in a light at the top of my head. At that point, I had pushed away from all the visions I had seen. I was so warm, so happy. I felt like I was floating up. And at this point, all of the stress, all of the pressure from any of the situations that I've ever been in floated away. That's when the walkie-talkie on my right side of the belt beeped in, and I woke up. I was still sitting in my car, still driving. It was still the same normal road. I kept driving, and I came across the foundation, the same place I had left. The place I was driving away from, I was now driving towards. I went to the gates. They put me in, and I immediately went to an interrogation room. They asked me multiple questions, and I couldn't answer any of them because I had no clue what I had no clue what had happened. Nothing like this has ever been seen before in my time at this organization. Everything that has happened to me is completely true, and I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry about this information. If it's confidential, say it. So what? I'm not part of the organization anymore, so I can't do anything. And thank you, that is my story.
It had been shown several days later that this was actual evidence, and he had not been lying about any of this. The SCP Foundation had told him to go ahead and put up the information, which is exactly what he just did. Any information regarding that this is fake would be falsely proven, as it is either propaganda or communist script. Now, one of the biggest and most famous encounters. Place, my street. Affecting, Paula. Characters involved. Army Officer Jason Rivera. SCP-420. And SCP-422. And friends. It was a cold winter night. Not even. It was a cold summer night. Many were partying. Guardian forces were having to deal with another problem. But so were SCP. As the island broke down on Starlight, there were several reports of a female whose eyes were going white, named Irene, or SCP-420-A-1. SCP-422 had wanted to take revenge on SCP-420-A-1 for some odd reason. We cannot tell you why, as it is classified and, well, we actually don't know completely why. But I will say this. When the events unfolded, many had been suffered, many had been lost, and a very strange phenomena occurred. During the hours of 0400 to 0800, the Celestial Cannon had fired up. SCP-422 had wanted to kill Army Officer Jason Bravura. Jason had defended well and gone wolf, but this is what they were wanting. At the time, nobody had figured anything about this until it was too late. Then it happened. The cannon fired, and some phenomena happened. SCP-420-A1 had put a barrier around Jason Bravura. Jason didn't know what to do. He was shocked. Then Jason's father kicked him out the way, becoming a relic in the process at the hands of 422. 422 then became the Demon Warlock, or SCP-422-A1. SCP-422-A1 had removed from its body, becoming SCP-422 once again. He had gone up. SCP-423, or Paula, had come to warn SCP-420, SCP-426, and any other friends about it, as Jason had been lost in the void. Then, Paula, SCP-422, and SCP-423 had started to duke out. SCP-423 had been knocked out by SCP-422 in the fight down in the sky, where SCP-422 had supposedly grabbed its head, bashed it in him 7 times, throwing him down into the ground of the Guardian facility. The SCP-422 had also been noted to mind control using SCP-422-A2. SCP-422-A2 is the power of SCP-422, where it is able to mind control others. And this power is its only weakness. As while it happens, if one breaks free, or if enough people break free, it can die, or be sent to another dimension. So, that's what happened. SCP-422 had gotten in a massive fight with SCP-420, who was affected by the relics A, B, and C. And once the fight was over, everything had almost reset. SCP-420 had turned into SCP-420-AA, or Angel Irene. It was a very interesting experience, but as soon as it happened, many were teleported off the island. The last of this was from Agent X. Agent X is a facility owner and part of the CIA. In cooperation with SCP Foundation, Agent X had revealed to us that this was not just any normal fight. This was a fight for super weapons. This super weapon was off of Jason Bravura, of his own powers. These powers were said to have holded the super weapons, which could do massive amounts of damage to 1 to 2 things. Destroy the world, so it would be an Apollyon class, or nothing. If within the case of an Apollyon class destroyer, there is nothing that could be prevented, only to be watched.
I'd like to add in a caller, well, part of our association.
Mm-hmm.
They have another encounter with the SCP, and they will be talking about their encounter.
Very well, very well.
Alright. I was being taken in an undisclosed location by one of the Foundation's vans. As I drove through the night sky, it began to warp into this really weird purple bubble. Once I got out of there, everything was just messed up. As I had exited out of the van, I had realized what was standing in front of me had been the SCP-420 itself. I don't remember much from the night, as I had my memory wiped by the SCP Foundation after the encounter for reasons of post-traumatic stress disorders and stuff. So one thing I do remember most was SCP-420 tried to rip me apart by slowly but surely trying to open my stomach. So, yeah.
Thank you. It's very traumatic how bad these things could be. I'm so glad that my encounter nearly wasn't as bad as yours.
It is very strange, though.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Everyone except Ian has survived these encounters. This is not any illness that has been discovered.
We do have speculations about what this purple orb could be that circled around your van.
Void?
We have reasons. Yes, the orb.
Purple bubble void.
Yes.
SCP-420 has an undisclosed error in it. That would be the Void. The Void is something that SCP-420 can send anyone to at any time. But
Alright, Dark, may I butt in real quick?
yes.
We have 2 other people who would like to share an encounter.
Alright, go ahead.
Who'd ever like to share an encounter next?
You can talk
Okay,
now,
I
Brock.
have an encounter. So, I was doing fan art as I usually was, but as I was drawing, I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around, and I saw SCP-420. She looked at me. I looked at her. And she looked at me, and I looked at her. And then I saw her eyes glow. I stuttered, and I asked, "Hey miss, why are your eyes glowing?" And she responded, "It's because I want to hug you." And so she hugged me. And when I tried to hug her back, she suddenly vanished. And all that was left was a t-shirt that said Aphmau on it. I kept it as a trophy ever since.
You can buy it at Aphmau.
Yes,
Go to
Aphmau.
Teespring.
Go to Teespring and Aphmau. And make sure to buy merch off Aphmau because their jacket is freaking swag.
Yeah, and then they used to have like a hug thing. It was really good.
What the fuck is this podcast turned into? Oh my god! This is. I hope Aphmau doesn't get pissed at me for this shit. Oh Lord, I ask you, Aphmau, please subscribe to us. We aren't trying to make fun of you at all. We're just trying to make some random content shit.
We're just trying to produce a podcast.
I just remembered.
Cross, do you have an encounter you'd like to share?
Oh, yes.
Let's say you forgot when you
Do you?
I just remember something from my encounter.
What is it?
I remember one note that was left with me. Subscribble to Dark.
Okay, it wasn't just SCP-420 that went into my room. There was also another figure. It appeared to be a tuxedo cat.
Oh my.
And I saw her pet the cat, and oddly enough, when I had a closer look, it wasn't the cat at all. It was a plushie. Before I could touch the plushie, it vanished. And she told me, if you want one, you can get one on Teespring.
Okay, I have to say, if anyone actually tweeted to Aphmau about this, would we get in trouble?
We're just
don't know.
plugging her merch, basically.
We're just like,
Okay,
buy merch, support Aphmau. We
wait,
love her.
wait, I just had an idea, watch. I forgot to mention this. SCP-420 does technically have a media, which is unstable, but it responds every few hours to one of our people in here, mainly Rocky. But I have to ask, Rocky, can you tweet out to her about this shit? Teespring's like, okay, I will say this. If you tweet out about the podcast, here, you know what, 1 minute.
We wouldn't get in trouble.
Sorry, moving on. There was no other recorded evidence or sphearing, but there is a Twitter that has been followed. From what we know, this Twitter is linked to SCP-420. SCP-420 can chat through this Twitter to human knowledge. Now, if we go to her Twitter page... I can't go to her Twitter page, so RIP. Oh wait, no, I can.
Oh.
I can.
This is just turned into
If we go to her Twitter page.
This is turned into us just randomly chatting now, like.
This isn't us randomly chatting.
Also, I have footage of one of my encounters with SCP-420.
You have a photo?
Not just a photo, a video.
Is it classified information?
It's not classified information, it's public information, ma'am. Okay, wait, okay, guys, I'm gonna say this now. I just noticed.
What?
I got a like from Shadow Temple.
Wait, what?
I got a heart from Shadow Temple.
Oh my god.
I was replying to Rocky's thing, and I said, well, now we know what Ian's gonna be. Because Ian kept dying and not coming back.
Why can't I see your reply?
I'm not sure. It was... Okay, back to the stream.
Oh my gosh, he really is a deceiver.
Is he?
There is video evidence. We
Go
have
ahead.
the video evidence.
Go ahead and play the audio. Go ahead. Play it on one of the bots. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here, play the audio on one of the bots. If we can.
It's a Twitter video, so I don't know if it will work or not.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think it can. Damn it.
And I don't know how to upload on YouTube.
Oof.
There you go. It's recording.
I can try my best to do things.
Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye. He just
Rocky, you should become a
Volume up
VA.
more.
Wait, Rocky, do I follow you on my main Twitter now? I forgot about. Oh yeah, I am following you.
Shh, guys.
recording. Hey guys, this is the account of Rocky Solid. Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye. Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.
So, yes, that was a very strange encounter. SCP-420 seems very inept with its environment, seeing as it's on video. It seems very strange and very odd how the SCP reacts to other people around it, recording. So I was walking down the street at about 26:30. So shy girl and thought, it's me, you and me. Hey, no response. Hey, little girl. Still no response. So I walk over, I look at my car, and the other side, she's gone. I think, oh, that's really strange. It's all in my head. So I turn around.
Alright, is it my turn to do
Yes.
my encounter?
Yes, Mr. Coe.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Do you remember the incident, at Le Mans? If I may.
Repeat that?
The incident of Le Mans.
No, I'm not quite sure.
Well, go ahead. Because I'm pretty sure this might be the same one.
Okay. No. So, I was walking down the street at about 12:36 to my favorite 24-hour diner. And whilst I was walking down, I saw a shadow. A shadow of a little girl. I thought, why would there be a girl up at this time? Maybe she's lost? I'll go ask. I yelled to her, hey. No response. I yell again, hey little girl. Still no response. So I walk over, and while I look for cars, I turn back to the other side and she's gone. I think, huh, that's really strange. Maybe it was all in my head. So I turn back around and she's right there, right in front of me. And she screams at me in gibberish. I don't know what. Everything went black. I think I got knocked out, but I woke up back at my house and it was a very strange night. And that's all I know what happened. That's all I heard from the encounter.
As you can see by this, attacks from this SCP can range from deathly to almost just scaring, and mimicry and mocking people just to get some skill.
Yes, it is very, very
Like,
inept.
does anyone else have any information they want to share about this SCP or this?
I believe I might.
So, okay. So, I think I heard a theory of how she got her dog.
Hades?
I think she...
Dog stories always appreciated.
I think she adopted it. It's not her own child.
No way. No. This is no. No, this can't be possible.
It is.
It is.
Cannot.
It is.
No. No.
It is possible.
No. No.
Alright, Cross, do you have any information you'd want to share with us? Cross, you there?
Yo, pal Ross.
Cross.
Okay, shh.
Go on, ma'am.
seems we're having technical errors with Cross's mic. It seems something is attempting to interrupt its connection. We will try and figure out what this is.
It's not connection, it's having a hard time saying it.
Do you?
Oh.
Wait, hold on, Cross.
You can type it, but I can't say it.
Cross, if you can type it, do you want me to voice it for you?
Sure.
Alright.
Alright. Cross's windpipe has pretty much been crushed, so we're gonna have Ash go ahead and say it as a part of the standard case. And remember, guys, subscribe for more creepy content. Because we do run a business here. And it's serious. Some serious shit.
So, it was 3 a.m. in the morning. And I was just watching whatever I could find on YouTube.
Okay. Very promising.
But then, like, as I was just like scrolling, like, corners of my screen started. The corners of my screen started turning a dark blurred red. I don't know how. It wasn't from a video. I was just scrolling on YouTube. When I went to exit, my mouth changed, and I turned around. When I turned to the side to grab something, it was something else to grab, like, and had grabbed my wrist, and then all of a sudden I blacked out for what assumed to be 2 hours. It was like dark. The place felt like it was on fire. It's like tall looking man standing in front of me, and then I kind of just blacked out. Standing in front of me.
A pattern here with everyone blacking out. Might be the power that we couldn't get discovered.
This voice thing just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know how.
I think one of the main reasons for everyone blacking out is that after an SCP encounter, most people, if the SCP Foundation finds out about it, they will typically erase your memory so
Of the
you won't
incident.
have to remember it. Yes.
Man looks 6 feet tall. Either
Yes.
he does that or it was too short.
Mm.
But his eyes were like dark red. One visibly shaking. I think there's a problem.
Well, I think it's time for me to reveal my story.
Yes.
Alright, how do I begin this? It was about 2 a.m. at the facility when I was walking down with a partner of mine to the lab. We was hitchhiking and saw that SCP-420 had just been moved. For one moment we thought nothing of it, and then I went to go home in my Porsche 911, so we started heading home and dropped him off. And for a second, I thought that I saw something out the window. As I worked with SWAT, though, at the time, I thought nothing of it, since I had seen way, way worse. And just drove home. And I nearly started to head up my room when I heard some creak in the hallway. At first, I thought it was nothing, but the better of myself got me. And I went to go check it out, and as I slowly looked into the room, I saw a pair of 2 white glowing eyes and a bloody sword. As I saw it, its head snapped about a 180, looking directly at me with twisted devil vision that I thought was never possible. Blood dripping down its mouth and the side of its fucking hands. It's beyond terrifying. I thought that I was going to puke, but I had to get the fuck out of there. For I thought it was looking at me, but I slowly crept away, and it didn't follow. I thought that was odd. I went out my house, grabbed my keys, and nearly slammed in reverse. I went to go see where my friend was. Banging at his door, I finally kicked that shit open, but nowhere to be found. I searched his room even. But the most shocking discovery was when I went into his attic. As I was approaching the attic, I saw blood stains on the floor. His wife was on her period, so I thought nothing of it until I went to view the attic itself and saw my friend's head just severed all the way, and his body was missing. And to begin to think about it, his blood was the same color as the one dripping from her mouth, so I could imagine SCP-420 had eaten my colleague. Some real scary stuff. And so I had head to the facility for the night, actually. But when I fell asleep, I woke up in some translucent dream that at the time I thought, it was a regular dream, but I had been chained to my bed, and these chains just riz from me as blood came out of my body. And within like a few minutes, I saw 420 approaching at not regular speeds, walking was walking, but at unhuman speeds to walk. It's kind of scary when you think about it. But it grabbed my insides and ripped them out, and I was wearing my heart and my lungs on the outside, and I woke up bleeding from my mouth. I thought it was nothing. But then I saw 420's finger on my mouth, and immediately I had pulled out my pistol and shot it in the head. But the bitch didn't go down, and it just said, shh, quiet. And it just disappeared like that. My stomach was aching with blood, and I didn't know where to go. I was surrounded by SCP guards who had guns to my head nearly. I went to the interrogation room, like everyone else did. I was asked a few questions, if I was alright, if I need medicine, then the standard protocol questions. And you know what, maybe it wasn't the correct move to be in, but there's no way of avoiding it. That is my story.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Very dramatic.
Must have been very hard on you.
Everyone's allowed to share their stories.
Yes, I will unmute you both. There we go, everyone is unmuted.
Okay, since you mentioned SCP, I have another memory I want to share.
Alright.
Go on.
So this was after
What happened?
SCP-420 visited me. I had to knock my door. No one else was in the house. I answered it. It was two guys in black suits and sunglasses. They asked me if they could come in. I said, of course. And they sat on the couch. I went to give them both a cup of tea. And that's when they showed me their badges. They said they were part of the SCP Foundation. And they told me that they think that I had an encounter. And I said, what encounter? All that happened was someone visited me during the night. And they had that look in their eye. Obviously, it was hard to tell you because of their sunglasses, but I knew for a fact that I was in trouble. And then they said, okay, thanks for your help. And they just left. Nothing. No memory or anything or anything. It's like they were just going to let me have the memory. And I don't know if they actually erased something or not. Because all I can remember is what I told you. But,
This is very unusual for the SCP staff. They shouldn't. Well, former staff don't usually walk away with just with one question.
They
Are
don't.
you sure this could be another form of SCP-420?
and then I went to change my clothes and then I realized something. I was covered in scars. Deep scars.
Yes. You make
There are
And
many.
when I look out the window, before I saw the guys leave, I noticed something. They had weapons on them.
Yeah.
Hey
And there was
Rocky,
blood
can
on
you
those
let
weapons.
can we let Cal have a couple of it?
All of us have weapons. We're assigned with ARs.
Just a comment. Every SCP in containment still has so many discoveries left.
Yeah.
So
If I may
There could
comment
be-
on the weapons thing, all SCP facility members are assigned with certain weapons. As of protocol, we are required to have them, and without them, we would die.
May you tell us
Even the
Why
class
would they
D.
use them on me?
because you are seen as a threat if you have information.
Yes.
Can you tell us more?
Of course, we would never want to. We would never want to hurt somebody, but if we would have to, it would come to that. Of course, we would never want
Inform us about the type of weapons that these people have.
AR-15s, M9s, and the newest P-250s.
I'm talking to Rocky.
Also, there's another thing that happened. So, one of the scars was shaped like letters. I have them right there. They say SCP-420 AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so the guards, they said SCP on their...
Of course. I'm not
Well,
allowed.
yes.
I'm not allowed to talk about that information.
I think they classified me as part of SCP-420.
Any incident occurring under any SCP is classified under that SCP. Set in protocol.
Very much so.
Class 1 and above.
Yep. Go ahead, Cross.
Like, can't the person that like walked away that you said couldn't? What if that was just like an SCP in disguise?
Rocky, are you an SCP?
I don't know.
Don't be ridiculous.
No, the person that walked away.
The guards. That's what I've been trying to hint at. They might have been a product.
Yeah.
Well, my mouse just lit up like crazy. Oh shit. A minute. I think we might be having a live encounter. My mouse just lit up like fucking crazy. What the fuck?
Hold on.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
And I'm itching. I don't know why. I have a problem.
Now, if what we are
Don't
going...
worry, I'm just playing with purple Play-Doh.
Awesome. Now, what we call 420, we call it an appalling class for two reasons. Number one, it has the ability to destroy the world. Number two, 420 has the ability to access relics. These relics are very powerful at points. So, as soon as people use the relics, well, in specific, Irene, Mempia, Shad, Enki, Romev, or Mogrev, who else had a relic? Rocky, do you know any of the relic holders?
Oh yeah, they're all in my closet.
Alright then.
They disappeared there one day.
Oh, that's odd. Maybe that's why they came.
Yeah, there was also a note that said, "You can keep them. Love Aphmau."
So the SPP gave up. That's odd. Alright, well I think this is enough to disclose the information of SCP-420. How about it?
Yep. Caveman mute.
I hope everyone has enjoyed our chat. And please do remember, any information that you have gathered from this, only talk about that you only talk about with facility members.
Facility members.
Do not talk about it, actually. Never talk about this in public. Don't even view this video in public.
This is highly confidential.
This is very important to some of the members.
Why would you tell them not to view this at the end of it?
Right.
As a disclaimer, as this
Well,
may be
probably.
public information on YouTube, but to the SCP Foundation it is under their property. And you are allowed to take some of this. But if anyone dare touch it, we know what to do. Alright, so, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hope you sleep tight and don't let 420 come take your ass.
Make sure you wash your hands, wear a mask.
Make sure you don't
6
wake
feet
up in
away
an
from
alternate
people,
dimension
and
where
always wear
daybreak
your
is happening.
seatbelt.
So that's not very fun.
Make
And
sure
if-
you don't wake up in the
and if
middle
you-
of a van
and if
traveling through
you-
a purple bubble.
And if you have any incidents with 420, please contact us
Immediately.
at our Discord.